Do you feel that you get lucky every time you achieve something? And well, achievement doesn't really feel like an achievement. Do you feel always that you aren't good enough, that you got to do better and more to prove something to yourself and to others? Do you feel that you gotta be 100% perfect all the time, and anything less than that, you are a failure? I could do this time. I don't know how, but I'm very sure I can't do this again. Is this a thought that comes to you a lot? And do you keep working harder and harder, more and more, just better and better, so that you can be at par at others, just so you feel that you deserve to be at this place? If you said yes to any of these questions, this video is for you, because there are high chances that you may be facing imposter syndrome. Well, imposter word really means feeling like a fraud, like you are manipulating others to believing that you are good, or you are genuinely helping them, but inside you feel like a fraud, like they'll just get to know anytime that you are a fraud and you'll be caught. So if you experience that, there are good chances that it shows in your health, both physical health and mental health. So could be that you have tension headaches, or just aches in some parts of the body, or that experience a range of emotions, from guilt to exhaustion to constant pressure to remorse to frustration and whatnot. Hi, I'm Kashika Gulati, a counseling psychologist, and in this video I'll be talking about 4 ways through which you can get rid of imposter syndrome. Trust me when I say this, I have had this feeling too. When my clients would share something with me and place that kind of trust in me, be very, very vulnerable, and come with the hopes of me facilitating them in their journey to get rid of anxiety or depression or any of the mental health related issues they are facing, the little voice in me would tell me, Kashika, are you even trained enough? Are you good enough to help them? Are you capable enough to really help them with this, or you are just taking money from them and not even giving them enough value in return? All those were the kind of thoughts, all of those were the little voices always playing in my head, even when I was taking a session. And trust me, it wasn't a pleasant feeling, and I know because you are here watching this video. But trust me on this as well, that it is possible to get rid of this imposter syndrome, if and only if you are committed enough and you will apply the 4 techniques that I'm going to talk about in this video. If you are really committed to doing this, just comment, I am committed, so that you can give that commitment to yourself in the moment and let me know that you are only as excited to know about it as I am to tell you about it. So the 4 ways through which you can get rid of imposter syndrome are: the first is that you got to identify your achievements. So how we tend to downplay ourselves so much, because we feel that this is not even an achievement. Like, before starting the task, you felt like, just when I'm able to do this, I know that I've done good. But even when you do that, it doesn't seem like you've done good or you've done anything, because everyone around you is able to do that, right? I appeared for an exam and I was able to give a good, decent exam, but then later I realized that everyone has done that. So it's not really a big deal, it's not even an achievement that I gave a good exam, and hence I downplay myself. What earlier I saw would be an achievement for me, in the process of it just got dismissed, it just disappeared, for that matter. I remember so many times this having happened. Like, I had this target of earning so and so amount in a month, and when I did that, I was like, okay, I think tons of people out there are able to do that. But does that mean that it's not an achievement for me? Objectively, no, but in my head, a huge yes. So it's very important for you to identify your achievement. And the second, which is very important, is that you celebrate it. Once you identify it, there are good chances that you could again fall back to the pattern of, well, it's not really an achievement, but you celebrate it. You know how people are so happy on their weddings that they have a huge thing, that they involve people and so many functions. Well, that's not what I'm talking about, but celebrate in your own way. It could be just taking out those 10 minutes to yourself and spending time with yourself, or just watching your favorite program, or just calling up that friend who you did not get the time to, as a means of achievement, just to share the news that you did something that you are proud of. It could be something that doesn't involve others, just yourself. Like celebration could be about sketching, could be singing, could be dancing, anything that helps you feel better about yourself, where you feel that you are really celebrating something. So all my clients who tell me that they do not feel good enough, this is the one task that I give them. Every single day before going to bed, just make a list of 3 things that you feel you did good, that you achieved in the day, that we tend to ignore because we are too focused on all the things that we weren't able to do, on all the things that we gotta do better. I'm not saying that's not good, but where your focus goes, energy flows. So you gotta have this in your side that these are the things that I'm great at, and these are the things that I can do better. That would be a good balance to strike. So every day before going to sleep, what you gotta do is make a list of 3 things that you did well and celebrate that. Just take 5 minutes to yourself and celebrate those things. The third thing that you gotta do to get rid of imposter syndrome is just understand what's obvious to you could be amazing to others. That's a quote by a person named David. And when I came across that post, I was like, so many things now make sense to me. Whenever I take sessions, I'd be so bothered about, the things that I'm telling my clients, aren't they very, very obvious? Like, you got to accept your emotions. You don't maybe distract yourself all the time. Doesn't everyone know that? But a lot of people do not. Like, what is obvious to me could be enlightening for them, could be insightful for them, could be gold for them. And as and when I saw that progress with my clients, it only got reinforced that this is something I'm trained in, and I really need to acknowledge that about myself, that this is a skill, this is a strength of mine. And if I'm able to give that service to others, what's better than that? When you are too concerned about yourself, there's this spotlight effect where we feel that everyone is going to judge me on my work or whatever it is that I'm doing. And it's so simple, like people feel that I'm doing something huge, but well, is it? It is. What is obvious to you could be amazing to others. So when I'm playing football, I feel like, oh my god, if I screw up anytime, people won't pass the ball to me the next time. But well, everyone is just concerned about their own performance. They'll just forget that I missed a goal or that I did not defend really well. These are the things that you understand with experience, and I'm very sure that we understand it, but a lot of times fail to implement it. So this is your chance. What comes obvious to you could be amazing to others. So don't devalue yourself. Just acknowledge your strengths and understand that you are adding value to someone else's life by something or the other, maybe just by listening to them. That could be a strength of yours. That could be the time when the other person gets to reflect and just find something about themselves that they otherwise couldn't have, just because you lend an ear to them. So do not downplay yourself. Identify your strengths and celebrate them. And the fourth thing is that you don't have to be the expert at something to facilitate it, to teach it, or to just do your job. Could be I may not be the best person to talk about imposter syndrome because I may still face it, but does it mean that I do not have the right to talk to you here about this? No, because I am implementing the strategies. I have come a long way, and I know I am doing what's required, and it's showing results, and hence I'm talking about it to you. So it's important that you understand you don't have to be the best at it. Maybe you gotta be the best student of it, but you don't have to have that expectation that I need to be an expert to be able to do it. You don't have to be the best at your job to do it. You just gotta learn and implement. That's how teachers are born, right? They consume something, they master it, they teach it, and when they do it repeatedly, they get better at it. So don't have unrealistic expectations of yourself. Just go back to the evidence of when you were able to do things right, because that little voice in your head telling you aren't good enough, you cannot do it, or well, is it even something that I can overcome? Is it something that I gotta live with for that matter? Well, that's the voice that you need to tame. And if you really want to understand how to do that, just go to my YouTube channel, look for the video on how to tame your little voice, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So implement these 4 strategies and let me know in the comments below how they work for you. I'd be more than glad to see your progress. Thank you for watching.